For the most part, light novels have always been oddities to me ever since I started watching anime. I was really interested getting into manga because I'd get access to titles that were arguably better than all of the anime I had seen. I was also able to get more content from some of my favorite anime. Manga was really intriguing to me, but why wasn't its counterpart, light novels? My answer would be accessibility. In today's world, all it takes to get access to locked content is to look up for pirated sites which host whatever you're looking for. Although I do buy physical manga volumes now, when I first started reading, I just read on my manga app and later on a site on my PC. With light novels, I didn't really have any reason to look into the medium at the time. All of the anime I saw were adapted from manga or were anime originals, until I saw two very notorious anime. One which turned out to be one of my personal favorites and one which didn't really offer the best experience whilst watching it. These two anime are Re:Zero and Classroom of the Elite. I'm sure you've already seen my Re:Zero video. If you haven't, click the card right up there. So we're not going to talk about Re:Zero today. Today we're going to talk about Classroom of the Elite, the only light novel you have to read. I had first experienced Classroom of the Elite through the very infamous anime, one which everyone I knew had seen and told me it was going to be a great watch with an amazing plot twist at the final episode, leaving you in the same boat with the rest of the fans waiting for a ever-distant season 2. I found some parts of the anime enjoyable, but for the most part it came off as very underwhelming and even edgy at times, with most of the moments feeling forced. The twist in the last episode was, in my opinion, poorly handled and quite mediocre to say the least. The anime felt like it was missing something and that it could have been a whole lot more than it actually was. Some anime tend to have very unique and intriguing premises but fail to capitalize on them and end up executing them poorly. For a while, Classroom of the Elite seemed to fall under that category for the longest time, until I saw one of my homies hyping up the light novel. I was very curious as to why he held the light novel so dearly, so I decided to do some digging and found out that the anime was a really horrible adaptation. Cutting important scenes, wasting screen time, changing events chronologically, taking out other character moments, and giving their time to only one specific character, the anime of Classroom of the Elite has truly done it all. It unfortunately took me a decent month or two before actually reading the light novel, but that's not relevant to this video. On one morning, I managed to wake up fairly early, and with a newfound motivation, I finally, after all this time, made the choice to read Classroom of the Elite. And that is something I will never find myself regretting. The story of Classroom of the Elite centers around Ayanokoji Kiyotaka, a reserved and quiet individual. He gets accepted into an elite school created by the Japanese government to foster and instruct the next generation of people that will support the country in the future. Ayanokoji is in Class D, the classroom for the defective students. After meeting Suzune Horikita and Kikyo Kushida, two other students in his class, Kiyotaka's situation begins to change. What awaits Ayanokoji as he battles to overtake classes C, B, and eventually the very infamous Class A? In a school where manipulation and deceit are ever present, will he reach the Classroom of the Elite? As you can already tell, the series is one of the most exciting, unique, and intriguing premises you can ever come across. The story is executed to the utmost best. It tackles themes that are ever present in real life, such as gender separation, the equality of society, and it also gives us a deep insight into the life-changing effects of bullying. Classroom of the Elite is full of thought-provoking moments that really get you thinking and have you question the world we live in. The mind games even rival the likes of Death Note in unpredictability. Classroom of the Elite has this hype factor that always keeps you interested, despite it being a light novel, and the mystery behind some of the main cast and antagonistic forces will have you theorizing and dying to know the lore behind them. The story of Classroom of the Elite is something to be held up in very high regard. Even though it isn't the epic flashy fantasy and adventure story, it capitalized on its amazing premise and created a story with a sense of realism to it. It has you thinking, what would I do in this situation, and how would I fare in the school? Not every student is the cunning, manipulative type like Light Yagami. Some are normal, just like us, as well as the people we know. They're not perfect, and they act how a normal person would in such an atmosphere. And that's one of the reasons why the characters are so great. You know what? While we're at it, I might as well tell you about the amazing cast of characters this novel produces. The cast of characters are amazing. One of the main girls, Suzune Horikita, who many anime watchers may recognize as a great female lead. She's cold, blunt, smart, and quiet. She distances herself from people and isn't really good at socializing, but still aims to reach Class A. Though at first she may just come off as the cold character who eventually warms up to everyone, and in a way she is, but she's characterized in a non-generic way that really adds more to her. She's harsh, but that's because she's never made friends before and actually has a great reason to why she is the way she is. The reason she aims to be better than anyone and reign supreme in Class A is not to improve herself or get her dream job, but rather just to be acknowledged by her brother who neglected her all her life. Watching her grow from this I don't need anyone character to someone who wants to make friends and succeed for herself is heartwarming and leaves for a great character journey. Before I talk about the characters who were present in the anime, which you all may know, let me address someone who was supposed to be in the anime but had all of her screen time cut because of the studio. Even though she may be arguably the best female character in the series, Kei Karuizawa. Kei throughout volume 1 to 3, which the anime covered but didn't include her for God knows why, is very interesting to say the least. She's the sort of girl that reminds me of that spoiled brat rich kid that every boy had a crush on and ended up dating the most popular guy, who happened to be the captain of the soccer team. This actually happened in the novel, but I've experienced it too in real life. Not pleasant to say the least. Karizawa picks on the shy, self-confident, lacking, quiet girls and places herself on a pedestal above everyone else. Now you're probably thinking that she sounds like the most unlikable character. No, let me finish explaining. Kay may be the spoiled popular girl, but unlike the one in real life, she has very good reasons behind her actions, and turns out to be quite likable. Remember earlier when I mentioned that the themes of bullying were tackled in this series? Kay is a prime example of the crippling effects of bullying and what it does to someone. I'm not going to tell you more about her though. Blame the anime for being a disaster. You'll have to read volume 4 and find out for yourself. Trust me, it's worth it. Kushida Kikyo is all the bad things you could say about a woman. She's all cheery and wants to be everyone's friend because that's her goal in life. She's actually also pretty cute and even nice to a loner like Ayanokoji. Well, guess what? Her character takes a complete 180 in volume 2 and has you thinking, wow, she's a insert literally any insult. Honami Ichinose, on the other hand, is a goddess. She's kind, smart, beautiful, and genuinely the perfect woman. Like, just look at her. Tell me she's not perfect. Unlike other females, she plays the nice girl stereotype, but actually has an important role in the story to play, has her own goals to achieve, and makes for a perfect side character. The female cast of Classroom of the Elite are some of the best from media I've seen. They're not just there for fan service, but actually keep the story moving whilst being great likable characters that have you thinking, man, if only she were real. If you are one of those degenerate incels who only care about waifu culture, just look at these photos. You're convinced now, right? Of course you are, you degenerate. The male cast are pretty solid too. Where I'm currently at with the light novel, most of the males in Class D, with the exception of Hirata, still need to develop more, but I mean, they're pretty likable, even if all they do is talk about boobs all day. Ryuen Kakeru from Class C, as of this moment of writing this video, is my favorite character from the series. Ryuen is a straight menace to society. He's the teenage version of Time Skip Aaron, but even better. Ryuen rules his class through strength and mental ability. He controls everyone in Class C and no one defines him. His interactions are the best. He doesn't respect anyone from the other classes and always opposes them. Man oh man, let me not mention what Ryuen did at the end of Volume 4. What he did there was pure goat energy. Want to know what he did? You're gonna have to read the novels. Come on now, don't be shy. It is peak fiction after all. There are also a handful of other phenomenal characters, but I think it's time we talk about the main man himself, Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. At first, Kiyotaka comes off as the edgy main character with no friends, but it is soon clear that he is hiding something, and that something is clearly off about him. Then, in Volume 3, we see the true side of Ayanokoji, his true nature and what he's really like. The Ayanokoji we had witnessed before this was nothing but a lie, a facade, a mask. But you already know that from the infamous plot twist in the anime. But guess what? That's only one side to Ayanokoji's character. You just get one glimpse, a few seconds of who he really is in the anime's final episode. If you're an anime only, you don't get to see how he acts from now on, and you don't get to see what made him the way he is. Ayanokoji is a really great main character. He has some great moments with this mysterious feel to his character. He's a great portrayal of a sociopath, and I'm really excited to see his future development and character journey. The light novel features some amazing artwork too. The color pages and spreads in the first pages of the volumes are eye candy, and the pages that show up for certain moments are really well drawn too. The novel is set out in a way that is very easy to understand and binge through. It's not boring at all, and I believe the series is something everyone should try out. Don't sleep on it just because it's a light novel. It can easily match up to some of my favorite anime and manga, and as things stand as of how much I'm enjoying it, it may even end up surpassing them, which is no easy feat. It is not every day you come across a series which can surpass the likes of Vagabond, Hunter x Hunter, Berserk, and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I beg all of you, my cherished viewers, to read Classroom of the Elite. It's a great, enjoyable, well-crafted series that you'll never get bored of. I also really want to make more Classroom of the Elite content that you guys can enjoy, so please pick it up so you can watch that. That is about it for today's video though. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you wouldn't mind, a like and comment on what you thought on the video goes a long way in brightening up my day and keeping me motivated. Also, tell me in the comments if you are going to read or pick up Classroom of the Elite, and if you have read it, what do you like about it? This is going to be me signing off. If you do like my content, I highly suggest you subscribe and turn on notification bell so you can enjoy many more videos just like this, and know when a new video comes along on some of your favorite anime, manga, or other media. I appreciate and value you all. The link to my Twitter and me and my homies Discord is in the description if you want to talk and interact with me and fellow subscribers. Take care, stay safe, peace.